Welcome home, guys. Behind me is an incredible loft in the center of Copenhagen in Denmark. It is located in Christianshavn, a really cool and upcoming quirky neighborhood in Copenhagen. The father of this designer is an artist, and in this video you will find out how that really influences this design. So stick to the video. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe. It is home to two really cool designers who really made the most out of the space. The apartment has only 55 square meters and it has been transformed into an absolutely incredible loft. I would say that the main colors in this apartment are stainless steel, so kind of like this cold gray, and of course this beautiful eggshell yellow. And I think that these two colors really harmonize really well together, and everything else is just a beautiful array and range of colors. So I feel like what is really cool is that the designers didn't limit themselves to like a really strict color palette, but you can really see that the way that this apartment was achieved was by playing with design and being bold and trying out something new. As soon as you come in here, you're just amazed by the incredible color palette that is really delicate and really finely nuanced. For example, here we have these nice lemony pastel colored walls, but in between the frame we have a really nice pink to really complementary, add some contrast and add some color. And this is just a really small detail that just really shows you how much effort and how much love has been poured into this apartment throughout the years. And if we have a look at the different shapes that we find in this apartment, a lot of them are really square and simple because we have all of the stainless steel. So often if you have a material, it also translates into a certain design language that you will use. So all of the elements in steel that we have here are very straight. But these straight angles are really broken up, for example, by the seating area and by the round table, and you have a very free-flowing design here that really brightens up the space or opens up the space. You can see that the design is not too strict. For example, the cable from the lamp, instead of hiding it, it was just placed here on purpose to create an organic dynamic shape. And another thing that really breaks up all of the straight lines is the beautiful sofa that we already talked about. It's a very organic and natural shape, unlike other sofas. Some of them are very square. The living room consists of a really open, lofty floor plan. We have an open kitchen niche, and it is made completely from stainless steel. And this just gives it a really sleek and modern finish that isn't too elegant, but that seems very rustic, even though it still has a really high quality. And this is the window. Behind this window, the bathroom is hiding, and the window really frames this place and acts kind of as an artwork. It is framed again by metal steel shelves from both sides, and because they are mounted to the wall, they really give this place a really airy and nice look. And in front of me, we have the second part of the kitchen, which has all the essentials that you need. And what is really cool is that it actually is on rolling things, that you can actually roll it around and move it around and adjust it. And this just really gives you a lot of flexibility. Cool hidden perk, I need to figure out where the light switch is. So as you cook, you have a beautiful lamp, and it just really beautifully frames this part of the kitchen. The other side of the kitchen, we are already in the living room. As I said, this apartment has an open floor plan. You have a lot of rustic materials, for example, the white walls that have been whitewashed and give everything a really rustic feel, or we have the industrial steel pipes that come out from behind. But at the same time, we have a lot of really luxurious designer items, such as these beautiful Vitra chairs or the famous lean rosé Togo sofa chairs, which are just really cool. And they're in this beautiful brown. And you can see, as I said before, the color palette in this apartment is really nuanced. And I think one of the reasons that it is this way is because everywhere you look, you have a lot of art. So the really unique thing about this place is the fact that the father of the designer used to be an artist, or is an artist. And because of this, we have all of these beautiful artworks that really make the apartment one of its kind. And I think that this is what also gives the color palette such a nuanced feel, because everything is really thoughtful. And because of all of the different artworks, we have a lot of different colors. And sometimes the colors are pulled from the artworks and integrated into the apartment, such as the greens we can find again in all of the trees that are here, and they really brighten up the space and give it more of a playful touch. Over here we again have really cool artworks that really frame this wall. We can see that all of the artworks really have a different scale, and nobody really tried to make them fit in and make them fit into the space. You can see that instead of lining them up in one straight line. Everything is like placed really loosely and playful, and this just gives everything a really playful approach. And I think that's what this apartment is really about, playing and having fun. Behind this wall we have the bedroom, and it is also, instead of just having regular doors, the designer took the doors away and basically just created like a beautiful arch that was again also repeated here. And behind the wall we have again a really beautiful artwork. Because of these open arches, the one room really speaks to the other one, and both of them influence with each other, because you always have this like direct contact. You can always look what's behind the wall, and I think this is what really like creates an interesting dialogue. Here as wall materials we have again this cool whitewashed brick that adds this rustic effect, and the rest of the walls are actually painted pink. I think that's really fun. Like I said before, we can already see and peek at the pink from the other side. This arch here is painted yellow, while this square arch here, the inside is painted pink. So again, we have like this really playful approach, and the ceilings everywhere are just kept in the like sleek open concrete. They aren't painted, and this is again something that really creates like this industrial look. What is so cool about this apartment is that everything on the one hand is like meticulously designed throughout every single nudge, and everything is perfect, but at the same time the design feels really effortless. I feel like the designers aren't trying too hard. For example, here, instead of having like some fancy wardrobe, you just have a really simple steel frame where you can hang your clothes. Also, one of my favorites, instead of having a complex shelf, you just have this, basically this artwork with a lot of different pockets where you can just put your things inside. And of course this requires a certain amount of minimalism with what you can collect and with what you can have in your own home, but I think it's just really fun if this is the definition of having a cupboard in your home, and I love it. Or also here, like as I said, one of the materials that are really dominant in this place and are repeated again and again in this apartment is stainless steel. For example, here it's bit difficult to show, but here we have these really beautiful simplistic stainless steel bedside tables, and this is also a really cool example of how something can be really simple and minimalistic and just perfect, but at the same time it's very rustic and it really suits the overall design. Or up here, for example, we have a beautiful designer lamp by Paul Henningsen. It is in a special design that is also made from stainless steel, so you can really see that the design language is really kept consistent and coherent. Here again we have two custom cabinets that are basically facing each other, and I think this is just really cool because the cabinet on the one hand acts as a room divider, because this is where the entryway is, and it really zones the loft and creates like spaces inside the big room, but at the same time it's a very functional thing, and it hides all of your clutter away so that you still have this eclectic but still very clean and thoughtful design. Another really cool thing about this apartment is the balcony. So we actually have two balconies, but I will just show you one for now. You get to overlook your street and have a look into the green nature. I think it is quite nice. And also over here, you can see that the designers painted the outside blue, and you have yet another color into the design. And the blue really adds a nice contrast to all of the green colors that we have here, or also to the red brick walls that we have. And also the seating area and the table is really inbuilt, and it is amazing because of how simple it is and how genius it is. The table you can see is, I would believe it's custom made. It is just like a steel frame that has been hung over the balcony fence. And another secret gem inside this apartment that is often overlooked, but I think here you can just see how much love and detail was put into this apartment, is in the bathroom. The bathroom is quite small, but well, have a look. The colors in this apartment are very neutral. You have just white and like a mint, like a faded mint color, and this bright yellow shower curtain. And I think it just creates a really fun, bold, and really cool design, especially in a place where usually people, they just forget about the bathroom. They feel like, oh well, nobody will go in there, nobody will pay attention to it. So the brand that was used for these beautiful tiles is called D-Tile, and I believe they are from Sweden, and you can just see that they are absolutely incredible. So they have a lot of different custom tiles, and ones that really like curve themselves around a corner, or like here, if you have a look, this is just like a crazy, insane attention to detail. Another thing that's quite cool is that some of the custom tiles have like little nudges and edges that go out where you can like put your toothpaste, where you can put your toothbrush. Or for example, over here at the back in the shower, you have a tile that basically just like extends out. So basically it's like convex niche. You can see everything here. It's perfect. And also the pipe, instead of trying to like hide the pipe, it was enhanced by just painting it bright blue. And I think that that's also really cool. So yeah, if you're in Copenhagen, come and see this eclectic apartment. Thank you very much for watching the video. Let me know what your favorite part of this amazing, incredible loft was, because I have a lot of favorites and I'd love to know yours. So comment them below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go and subscribe. Next week we will go to Nice in France and film a really beautiful Belle Epoque villa. So stay tuned. So please subscribe. See you soon.